Yo, 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 what's good? It's your boy 80s back with another episode of The Perspective. Shout out to everybody that support the channel. Shout out to everybody who've been liking, subscribing. Shout out to the playback gang. Shout out to everybody who holler at me in the comments. Shout out to everybody who've been sending donations. A lot of people have been sending donations through my Cash App. But some people requested Zelle. They said they don't like Cash App. They requested Zelle. Um, I think it was too small. So it was giving people an error. So I made it a little bit bigger, pause. So the Zelle should work now. So all you gotta do is scan your phone on the QR code and it should work. Let me know if it works in the comment section. If it doesn't work, let me know in the comment section and I try to fix it. With that said, Marina Mabrey has requested a trade. Marina has requested a trade. Um, let's talk about it. This is no surprise to me. I kind of already figured she would. She left the Chicago Sky last year because she wanted to be on a more veteran team, more competitive team. So um, when Connecticut kind of lost all the starters, lost his coach, I kind of figured this was coming. Um, I'm actually gonna let you guys say in her own words how she felt about her new team. This is right after she got traded.
Emily?
I guess I'll start with you, Marina. It seemed like it came pretty naturally to you pretty quickly out there. I mean, just how quickly did you start to feel settled in the offense and everything?
Yeah, I mean, just like playing with vets like this who make things so much easier for everybody, it's kind of easy to just like read and react off them, and they just make everybody look so much better. So I'm appreciative of that.
Yeah, so Gerd in her own words, she wanted to play with vets. Nothing wrong with that. But kind of sort of writing on the wall for Connecticut. With that said, I have a few places that I think is unrealistic for her to go, and a few places that's realistic for her to go. So, first unrealistic place I think is we're gonna start off with unrealistic, and then I'm gonna finish up with the realistic places. First unrealistic place I think is Seattle. Seattle is a good basketball fit. Uh, um, Seattle makes sense for Mabrey, right? They have a need at shooting guard. Somebody could shoot the three, so it makes a lot of sense for Mabrey. At the two, it makes a lot of sense for Connecticut to get that number two pick. Doesn't make a lot of sense for Seattle. I don't think Mabrey is good enough, in my opinion. I don't think she has enough star power to get a number two pick. So with that said, I think that's unrealistic. I think that's out of the question. The second trade that it's a possibility, but I think is realistic is the Mystics. The Mystics have the fourth pick and the sixth pick. I could see them entertaining the sixth pick, but it doesn't make sense fit wise. It doesn't make sense fit wise because the Mystics have Ariel Atkins and they have Brittany Sykes already, and they have a need at small forward. So it doesn't make sense to add another guard who can't play small forward. So now you got three guards. Also, Mabrey is very expensive. That team is not ready to win yet, so I don't think Mabrey will be happy there. So it doesn't make a lot of sense for the Mystics. So that's why that's also unrealistic. The Valkyrie have the fifth pick. I doubt they'll entertain a fifth pick, but they also had a 17th pick in the second round. They may entertain that. Doesn't make sense. It makes a lot of sense for the Valkyrie to get, some, veteran on your team to help try to bring the young players along. Doesn't make a lot of sense for Mabrey. Again, young team, not ready to win. It doesn't make a lot of sense for Connecticut getting the 17th pick. And then the last team that kind of don't make a lot of sense is Chicago, right? That's the team that makes the least amount of sense. Doesn't make sense for Chicago to get the 10th pick from Connecticut just to give it right back for the player that you traded to them. Doesn't make sense, right? Makes sense for Connecticut to get your pick back, but it doesn't make sense for nobody else involved, right? All right. So now for realistic options, my favorite option is the Liberty for everybody involved. I think the New York Liberty makes sense because they're trying to repeat. So adding a veteran that can make shots, it might win you a game in the playoffs. add a little veteran punch to your bench. Makes a lot of sense for the Liberty. Makes sense for Mabrey because Mabrey gets to go to a team that's trying to win a championship. Veterans, veteran coach, veteran players. Makes a lot of sense for Mabrey. Makes a lot of sense for Connecticut. Connecticut gets that 7th pick. They will have the 7th and the 8th pick. Make a lot of sense for them too. So that's my favorite place for her to go. Makes a lot of sense for everybody involved. My second favorite place for her to go is the Aces. Makes a lot of sense for Mabrey again going to a team that's trying to win the championship. Makes a lot of sense for the Aces to add a veteran from that to that bench. Doesn't make too much sense for Connecticut unless you know, maybe the Aces package a few of those because I think the Aces got about 3 second round picks or something like that. So if they package all of them up, give them Connecticut, maybe it makes sense for Connecticut. But second favorite trade. Third favorite trade would be to the Lynx. Lynx have the 11th pick. I'm not in love with this trade, but it makes sense for Mabrey to play again on a veteran team trying to win the championship. Makes sense for the Lynx to add a little veteran punch off their bench, you know. And it makes sense for Connecticut to get that 11th pick. And my least favorite, or this would be a realistic, unrealistic, this is like in a gray area, is the LA Sparks. Sparks have the 9th pick. Doesn't make too much sense. It makes a little, you know, it's not a trade I love for Mabrey to go to LA. I don't think it makes a lot of sense for LA. Like it doesn't really move the needle for LA, but it makes sense for Connecticut. Connecticut would get the 9th pick, so they would have the 8th pick and the 9th pick. With that said, you guys tell me in the comment section. You tell me where you think Mabrey lands. Where you tell me where you think she fits with all party involved win. You know, Mabrey is happy. Connecticut is happy. The team trading with them is happy. What you think the best trade scenario is? I like the Liberty. I think the Liberty is the best option. With that said, again, you guys hit that Zelle. Let me know if it works in the comment section. And shout out to everybody that's been supporting the channel. Once again, I want to say thank you guys. I really appreciate you guys. And everybody stay blessed.